For all of your sweet magic needs, be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal and it helps support the show. What is up, champions? Theorix6 back with some more Legends of Runeterra. Today, as it is Friday, it is Runeterra Day on the channel. Welcome back, all of you who do enjoy the Runeterra content. I really appreciate it. And for those of you who are new to the channel or new to deciding to watch the Runeterra content, welcome. Today I'm going to essentially be playing a channel favorite in the form of Grixis control, except it's Runeterra control. This is a deck that, well, I just realized there's like no better way to look at this deck, unfortunately. That was built by Mega Mogwai, also known as Miguel. He is another champion for Bolas, let's say. He's played Grixis control in many different iterations over the past several standards. So for that, I appreciate it. I've been watching Miguel's stuff. Gwent, Duelist. I think he played some Legends as well at some point. But like all of his card game content, love him. So he kind of made this deck, or at least he made the version that I saw. And he had a video. I built that deck because it looked awesome and it reminded me a lot of Grixis control. And then he put an update out, and so I've updated the deck. I purposely chosen not to continue seeing what he's changing to the deck because, one, I'm not master rank, and two, I want to be able to better understand Legends of Runeterra as a game overall, and I think in order to do that, I need to, now that I have this deck to continually build from, is see what problems I'm facing when I'm playing, and look for cards that might fill those holes and those niches that I'm thinking about need filling. So I'm going to go through the deck, because this is a DeckTech and a gameplay. So we have 3 Thermogenic Beam. This is a slow spell. You spend all of your mana to deal damage to a unit. This is a fantastic card insofar as it scales very nicely. You know, if you do nothing on turn 1, which is pretty damn likely in this deck, on turn 2 you can kill an Elise, which is very helpful. Let's do all regions, please. Elise is a relatively popular person right now, so being able to kill a turn 2 Elise is fantastic. It means that you're going to be able to survive a little bit long, which is very nice. It also means that once you get, let's say you don't have to kill anything on turn 2, once again on turn 2, you're relatively unlikely to be playing something. Mystic Shot might be hitting something. Scrap Dash Assembly, I had not been playing too much on turn 2. So, you know, if you see yourself in that situation, when you move into turn 3, you're going to have 6 mana, right? It's 3 total saved from turns 1 and 2, and then the 3 actual mana that you have for that turn. So you can really scale that Thermogenic Beam up quite nicely into the game. The downside of Thermogenic Beam, of course, is that it takes all of your mana. That's a blessing and a curse, because, one, it means that you can deal with really big threats. However, sometimes you're just not going to be able to sequence plays as well as you'd like. So it's the trade-off there. We have a health potion. 1 mana burst, heal an ally. Notably, an ally in this game means your Nexus. We're selling beta. I'm hoping that the Runeterra team, Riot, there we go. I'm hoping that Riot does a pretty big overhaul of the terminology that they decide to use in the game. I was talking about this with Merchant a little bit ago. We were recording something. And we kind of both agreed, like, as Magic players, like, mainly, like, that's our base, the wording in Runeterra can be incredibly confusing because it doesn't really work how we expect things to work based on the terms. But in this instance, ally does include your Nexus, blah, blah, blah. This is just nice burst healing if you're going to die out of nowhere. You're just like, how about no? 2 Rummage. It's essentially Fatal Saluting. You know, it's a instant speed, super instant speed burst spell. You discard 2, you draw 2. Notably, there are some cards in Piltover and Zon that do have benefit from being discarded. I'm not playing those right now. Initially, we were playing a couple of those, but we've since gone away from that. And this card, the reason it's more or less okay is because, one, when we make little dudes with our Heimerdinger, we're fine kind of throwing some of those away. But also, sometimes you just need a specific thing, and this is a decent way to dig for that thing. 3 Mystic Shots. It's a 2 mana, deal 2 damage to something. that is so often helpful. You got things like Zed, which are super annoying. Katarina before she flips. Jesus Christ, this needs to stop flying around. There we go. I think Eggvinia's too. Yeah, Eggvinia's too. So, you know, you have plenty of things that Mystic Shot just helps against in general. Scrapdash Assembly is like the card that I don't like in the deck the most. If there was anything I'd be looking for changing, it's Scrapdash Assembly, but I don't feel like there are any other twos that kind of fit in the same role. The point of Scrapdash Assembly is essentially to just generate some blockers, right? You just make two little wimpy 1/1s, but the use of those 1/1s is like, I need to survive. You know, my opponent is a Shadow Isles X aggro deck, or there are a Noxus X aggro deck where you're just like, I am going to die if I do not get some blockers out. And that's kind of all it's for. But in the matchups where you don't have that need, I hate this card. Deny. It's a counterspell. It protects Heimerdinger. That's pretty much it. Flash of Brilliance. This card can get you out of a pinch if you really need something, but you don't know what. Since it refills your spell mana, it's functionally free. You do have to have that initial investment of 3, but it's burst, so it can't be responded to, and it gives you a spell, it refills your spell mana. It's even better when you have Heimerdinger, because it's a free 3 mana spell, but it's also a free 3 mana turret that we'll get to in a bit. 3, get excited. You discard a card, you deal 3 damage to anything. This is helpful as reach, so if you're like your opponent, you got him really low, you just need to deal a little bit more damage. Mystic Shot, for what it's worth, does the same thing. But you got him low, you can do that last bit of damage to their Nexus. Discarding 1 card, not, once again, too big a deal when we have excess turrets that we don't need. And of course, you can use this to kill an Elise or something similar. Steel Tempest, stun an attacking enemy. We're a control deck, we don't want to die. This helps that. Also, you might notice that 3 is by far our highest count cost. That's because the 3 mana turret is the best turret by far, because it has elusive, one of the best mechanics in the game. 3 Twin Disciples. 2 Twin Disciples, sorry. This can be used proactively to kill your opponent because it's instant speed plus 3 damage. Your opponent like can't respond to it. Burst is a little too strong in terms of buffs, but whatever. You can also make it so your trades with your turrets are a little bit better, or you can once again protect Heimerdinger, right? Heimerdinger is not a big card. It's a 5 mana 1/3, and sometimes your opponent is going to cast a Get Excited on it, or they're going to cast that 2 mana drain spell in Shadow Isles, which is totally around here somewhere. I want everyone to like learn with me. Black Spear. There we go. They're going to like Black Spear him. Twin Disciplines is like, nah, he's a little bit bigger. I get a turret out of it. It's fantastic. 3 Static Shocks. It deals 1 damage to 2 things, and you get to draw a card. It is not awful. You get to hit your opponent's Nexus as well, or you can hit your opponent's Nexus as well. Pretty decent. Will of Ionia. Recall unit. It's like this, except it doesn't have to be a unit that's attacking, and it goes back to their hand instead of just back to the backline or whatever you call it. Heimerdinger. I'm going to get to him in a second. 1 Ritual of Renewal. Heal an ally, draw 7. This is almost always heal your Nexus, or draw 1, not 7. Oh god, that'd be broken. You essentially, this is like, I'm going to heal myself and draw a card. Absolutely fantastic. As I said, like, if you aren't, because of the way spell mana works, if you're not doing anything for like a turn, you can cast this pretty early. Like, honestly, you can cast it on turn 4. But you know, casting this on turn 4 is potentially sufficient to just get you there. 2 Progress Days. You draw 3 cards, you reduce those 3 cards cost by 1. When I first read this card, I initially misread it. I was like, reduce the cost of all the cards in your hand by 1? That's crazy! But still, this is a big burst spell. It's, you know, immediate draw. You can immediately use those cards if you have the mana, which is just fantastic because you're reducing them by 1. It means that the majority of the cards that we have are going to be 2 mana. So, if we have 3 spell mana and 7 mana, no, sorry. 3 spell mana and... No, yeah, 7. Yeah, 7 mana. I was right the first time. You can cast this and hope to draw a 2 that helps you, like a Steel Tempest or Get Excited. It's pretty nice. 2, Karina Viraza, whatever. The only other non-spell in our deck. She is essentially 9 mana, 6/6, that says deal 4 or 5 damage. to not only our opponent's entire board, but also our opponent's nexus. Now, obviously, sometimes you're going to get screwed and like hit 2 Heimerdingers in your other Karina, but it's very unlikely. The majority of the time, you're going to be hitting 5 on this, which is top notch. Heimerdinger. This card, look at that trail, baby. When you cast a spell, you make a fleeting turret, so the turret doesn't stick around after the round ends. The turret costs the turret's cost, or the type of turret is based on the cost of the spell, but the turret costs nothing that round. Once you see yourself summon 12 plus power of turrets, then he gets to level up, and he gets an additional point of power and toughness. Then, when you cast a spell, you still make a turret, all that same stuff is fine, it just gets a little bit bigger. So, Heimerdinger's progress state doesn't matter. When you cast something for 0/0, we don't have that, but let's say we do, you get this shrimpy dimp dude that can challenge things. It's nice, but we're not going to be getting that. The wrench bot is a chump blocker. This, for what it's worth, the tough turret, not that bad. You know, we have a decent number of 2s. This is pretty decent at soaking up spiders from the Elise deck. This is the good one. This is why we have mostly 3s. This is what wins us games most of the time. Having an elusive threat, 1, is annoying for non-elusive decks to block, and 2, can block against elusive decks. And there are plenty of elusive decks, especially at the ranks I'm at. This 4, it's not great. The 5 is okay, I guess. Like, quick attack's fine. This one is okay. This one is, like, worse than this. The Overwhelm at least gets damage through. The Barrier is so rarely used. And then, of course, we have the T-Hex. No longer does it have the problem of having 1 health here. It's an 8/8. And when he's leveled up, it's a 9/9. It's pretty damn good. But the main win con here is this. So I've talked too damn much already. We're going to go into play mode. I'm going to be playing ranked. Grix 2. Just check my loadout. Oh, okay. Hell yeah, bud. Yeah. I bought Gloomtooth because he's so fucking cute. That's something that bothers me. It like keeps resetting to normal and I have to keep putting it back on ranked, but whatever. So, you know, I did talk for a long time there, but I was really trying to explain a relatively complex deck, right? That deck is a lot... Oh, fuck. That deck is a lot different than Elise aggro, right? Tryndamere Nevia. I'm assuming this is a control deck. Shadow Isles Freljord makes me think it is a control deck. But the issue, since it's Anivia and Tryndamere, it could be a Last Breath deck. So, these are all fine cards. They're not bad, but we really want a Heimerdinger as soon as possible. Hell yeah, baby. So we're kind of mulligan pretty hard for Heimerdinger. Let me pass. Look at this adorable man. Hi, friend. Oh, look at him. He's so cute. We're just gonna end the round. We don't need to play this. He's so cute. Yeah, we pass. So yeah, by turn 3, if they don't play something, I'm assuming my opponent is also a control deck. Luckily, they don't have access to deny. But we do. I'd like to get a deny before I play out Heimerdinger. This is an okay card to have. It's a burst spell. We couldn't interact with it anyway. Do I just want to summon something? Not really. We have 3, 6, 8 cards. We can get 2 more cards. Yeah, we're just going to pass. Not really a reason for me to do anything. I have access to Heimerdinger now. I don't like that I don't actively have protection for him in terms of, like, deny. But I can use this and then this. So it looks like this is... They're going to try and kill my dude just immediately. So I can actually just make him bigger with what's it. But there's, like, no reason for me not to also just make a spell. So we are going to just use this. We're going to make Heimerdinger a little bit bigger. Sure, drain 3. Now I'm going to play 2 3/1s. Hell yeah, babe. I'm still not going to attack with Heimerdinger because I'm a coward. So I actually have open a Shadow Isles, and I have open a buff sheet, a buff and removal sheet for like all of the things. It doesn't look like they would have anything in Freljord and Shadow Isles, so I'm fine attacking with Heimerdinger. This turn I have 6 mana. Another Flash of Brilliance is very awesome. And there you go. Alright. Reasonable. I can't kill her. I mean, I can. So when she attacks, she kills my little turdy men. So I think what I'm going to do is Flash of Brilliance here because it happens immediately. My opponent doesn't get a chance to do anything. Oh, that's nice. And I think I'm just going to murder her. Yeah, I'm just going to murder her. It's not efficient, but I want to save these because it's damage. I mean, this is what I like to call a lot of damage. And my opponent, I did forget about that. My opponent shouldn't have any burst that's going to kill my guys, because I can just attack here. This is going to... Oh no, it has to be... Right, I forgot it has to be... They have to be enlightened, so they can't. So this should just be, like, uber lethal. And I think I'm fine attacking with Heimerdinger, because just, like, looking at this, it should be fine. Well, that's awkward. I'm going to burst. I'm going to drop Scat Dash or whatever. What do you do? Yeah, that's fine. Drop this, drop this.
The answer is here, somewhere.
Darn. That's fine. I'm gonna kill you, I guess. Damn. Oh, I was looking at the Freljord stuff. Yeah, I forgot about Withering Wail. Yeah, sure. I'm going to kill your egg, my friend. Yeah, let's go ahead and just do this. Honestly, fuck this card. And they're fleeting, so there's no reason to try and save them or anything. So they could have Avalanche.
1.21 gigahexes.
Have they played an Avalanche already? No, right? No. Yeah, there's no reason to cast anything else. Our opponent is not enlightened yet. They're on 9, I'm on 8. I have a Deny, which is just fantastic. I can even heal Heimerdinger if I want. Aw, how about no? How about abso-fucking-lutely not? Counterspell. It's a great card. So it's my turn. My opponent has 1. So I doubt they're doing anything but attacking. Yeah, I don't think I care. Honestly, I think I'm just going to heal myself to make a big dude on my turn so I can just attack immediately. I also get to draw a card. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I have 2 more denies in the deck, so.
Unbreakable as dynamics.
Yep, we're good. I will say, Sharky Boy is a little loud. He's just like, let us smork. So technically, I could smork and then like recall on this. Well, I guess I might as well attack here and just force a recall immediately. Or I guess I can force a recall after they decide to block. Yeah, that's probably fine.
Stand and defend.
Yeah, so I don't need a recall. I'm fine with that trade. Yeah, they go to 2. Yeah, them going to 2 I think is fine. Because then I could just cast this and they're almost certainly just dead. Yeah, I am fine with that. So they might avalanche here. Nope. You're 6/6. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, I don't care about that. Oh, right, followers. These aren't followers.
Like a flower.
I think it's statistically impossible. No, I can get 2 Heimerdingers and... No, yeah, it's statistically impossible for me not to kill them. So we win. I'm going to give them the normal... Let's see if they... They don't seem to give it back. That's fine. That is the generally accepted custom, is you give him a good shin. Oh, look at, he's a little through the mist. Oh, he's so fucking cute. Oh, I love little spooky shark boy. He's the best. I don't even know what my quest is today. So I'm like just all in on the Shadow Isles thing. I'm so close to the end. What is my quest though? Zed and Deathmark? It's not gonna happen. 40 damage with... Unlikely to happen. I'm on this Grix train, baby. Ranked play? Fantastic. Let's get another one of them games in. You will notice that the thumbnails... The thumbnail, the patron end card, and the end card? Oh gosh, it's Shadow Isles Ionia with Elise and Heimdall. So once again, we don't really care about any of these. Like, this is okay to help against spiders, but we really would want something that can deal 3 to what's your name? And Heimerdinger. What is your name? Hecarim. So this is going to be an aggressive deck. Probably one with Hecarim as backup. They didn't play a turn 1. I'm surprised. Color me surprised. I do have access to a deny. Always nice to see. Nope, it's just this deck. What fun. So, I've heard through the grapevine that the real issue in the game isn't elusive. It's fearsome. I don't know if that's the case, but... This is just 4 damage. I don't know if I care about that. I guess I can stun in attacking. And it only loses... Like, it loses me a card, but it doesn't lose me mana, so... I think I'll probably just stun one of these guys. Excuse me, one of these girls or disembodied skull monstrosity. There you go. This one makes more sense to stun. But yeah, so I spent a decent amount of time working on those things. If you don't like them, or if you have any questions about them, if you do like them, let me know. Those are things that are fluid. I can change them. The magic ones aren't gone. They're just in OBS. I just have to either say use this or don't use this. So, let's see. When I'm summon grants every other, yeah. So that I don't want to unsummon that. The thing is, I value all of these cards. This draws them a card. This buffs their other mist rates. So I don't really want to do anything at all. 7 cards in hand. Yeah, I'm fine just passing that. Yeah, I want to kill you, though. Progress is, like, real helpful. Although, Heimerdinger is going to turn into Progress Day, so let's do that. Let's get rid of you. You are a spider, and you're just ugly. But it's 3 power fearsome, so I don't want to deal with that. Like, 2 power fearsome, fine. 3 power fearsome, like 18, not what I want to have happen. Especially since they're going into an attack. They might play Elise here, but no, they just played another one. Cool, that's fine. Alright, so I can cast Heimerdinger with Deny back up. Static Shock's not bad. They might just go to attacks. Yeah, that's totally fine. Ow, ow, ow. Down to 11, we're playing Heimerdinger out.
Eminently logical.
Look at his little devious smile. There we go. He spewed out little baby sharks. That's so cute. Allegiance. Okay, so Allegiance is like top of the deck thing, but they didn't have that. So they have 2 mana. I don't think I'm going to care, so I'm just gonna burst. Get a spiel. Play this out.
Round and round it goes.
No, I have an elusive ally. Yeah, my static shock is not gonna do much here. Do something, coward. How about no? I deny that for multiple reasons. 1, I need this to stay around so I can block her. 2, I don't want them having any more units. And 3, this allows me to have another drill. This shark is so cute. Best pet. I'm thinking about doing a pet tier list. Look at him! Look at his fucking face! Look at his cute fucking face! 6 mana, another Heimerdinger. I will say, the spell that I got was not great. Could be better. I'm fine attacking here. Like, forcing them to block is functionally equivalent to blocking. So, I'm fine with that there. Get rid of one of their elusive cards. Put them down to 17. This, for what it's worth, might be a game we lose. I feel like if this was a more typical aggro deck, yeah. I'm just going to put him back in my hand. Do I want to put him back in my hand? No, I mean, I guess not. I can just play another Heimerdinger. Yeah.
Unforeseen outcome. Answers. I have them.
Do they have another removal spell? The main unfortunate bit is that it says, like, I've seen you summon. When you have cards in hand, they'll, like, see things, but when you have one out, like, then it turns into this and it's no longer Heimerdinger, so. So next I'll be on 7 with 3 spell mana, so I'll be able to cast Bursty Burst. It'll take all my mana, but I can do it. Whether or not that's the right decision, 3, 11. Yeah, so our opponent's going out. Okay, fuck you, first of all. Second of all, guess we're gonna block here. I mean, I guess technically, like, I could give Heimerdinger elusive and block that, but do not trust that at all, Sam I am. So I can block here, I can murder you with this. And I can will this? Because I don't want them getting value. Maybe I just take the 5? Like, I do this, target this. And I go to 6? Now we're recalling this as well. I want to mitigate as much damage as I can, reasonably speaking. And I have access to Progress Day. The only issue is Heimerdinger might die, and then I don't have access to Progress Day. But I'm gonna get 2 units. Oh right, this is Ionia. Fuck. So they have denies as well. Alright, cool. That's fine. Oops, we on a strong card. Yeah, so I really would like Heimerdinger not to die this turn. That is fine. Less fine, but still fine.
My most groundbreaking invention to date.
That's fine. So it'll be my turn. I can Heimerdinger's Progress Day and play a T-Hex to level up my dudes. And this is burst, so it gets to resolve immediately.
Spectrum of pyrotechnics.
Those were like... These two were like the best draws I could have gotten. So I can smoke one of these motherfuckers. Probably this, to be honest. Yep, smoking some of my fools. I mean, I still have a big ass T-Hex, so I'm kind of okay with that. I'm still smoking with this big ass T-Hex. That's fine with me. A reduction in oncoming damage is quite helpful. I feel like they, yeah, I feel like they maybe should have taken that hit, unless they have. No, I don't know. Like they're still at 20. Elise, sure. I'm going to kill Elise. Am I?
Just 1.21 gigahex.
Do I need to cast this on Elise? I don't know if I do. The question is, do they attack immediately? I have one blocker, unfortunately. They choose not to. Just triple check. What the fuck do you even do? Yeah, I hate you so much. Fuck off. I'm essentially going to be telling him to fuck off another time. Do you have a counterspell in that deck? No. Fantastic. I have this big 5-2 thing. So I assume my opponent's going to attack now. Yep. They get a little spider. Really? Because that makes my life a hell of a lot easier. Really? Sure, only attack. Right, it's fearsome. Right. I guess they have another 1 damage to everything? I guess? That's another nice thing about the turrets is you can force your opponent to be the one making the decisions. I'm so confused. I don't remember. Does this give me a 2-drop? I should have been paying attention with this. Yes, it does.
What's that noise?
Weak-willed fool.
It's smaller than the diagram.
Oh, is it tiny? Adorable. Thermogenic, not bad at all. Yeah, there's like no way I'm attacking with Heimerdinger, right?
I can hypothesize their demise.
Because they might block there and then I just recall it. And then when they play Hecarim, I can Thermogenic Beam it. It costs 6 of their 11 technically mana. Yeah. Yeah, if they, the thing is if they decide to try and kill Heimerdinger, then they take the 5 damage for sure. And you could be saying, with Theorix, shouldn't you keep T-Hex alive? Eh.
What's your
Cool.
hurry?
I like to see it. This is why. Fuck and you. This way, TX survives, Elise does not, and I still have a sufficient amount of mana to bounce this back to their hands. Well, technically, I'd probably try and kill it, because this is a fast spell. Cool, cool. Sweet. No miswraith for you.
And fire!
The shadow approaches.
Goodbye! This will also give me another T-Hex, which is fantastic. Man, at some point my opponent was at card parity, and then I played a good old-fashioned progress day, and I was like, nah. Parity's for suckers.
Behold!
Now we're in a pretty dominant position. If they have another Hecarim, I'm just like, nah, go away. Otherwise, I have a decent board. This is protection for my Heimerdinger. Seems good. Ledros is a bit of an issue. Sure. Sure, whatever, Ledros. I'm planning on just killing them, so.
Every step brings me
That's
closer
fine.
to deliverance.
Yeah, they want blockers now. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just Will of Ionia. My dude's got 3 mana. Yeah, I'm just gonna bye-bye. Go back to your hands. I'm gonna play a the 4-drop turret. Next turn I'm gonna go straight to attacks, and I have this as burst damage. You fucker. They have denied this time. Are you serious? I guess I should have blocked.
Shoot! Shoot! That was years in the making!
I guess I should have blocked just in case they had that. So that was a game where I lost because I still forget about the right things to do in games. So. He doesn't make Damascus or fill your cards. Oh, right, dumbass. I make random spells. I was so confused. Well, that's the deck. I'll be sure to put the deck code in the description. It's fun. I'm a little disappointed in myself that I still have to get into the habit of the way that combat resolves. It's very strange. Like, I'm used to an MTG having it be a back and forth, whereas in this, it's like, all right, so you declare this as attack. I'm going to decide, hey, I'm going to cast this spell. They counter that spell. Combat resolves. I'm used to it being like they counter the spell. Is like, okay, I still have time to make my decision. So, it's something I have to get used to. Sometimes you lose like that, even though you had a commanding position and you made one mistake because you don't understand the game exactly. Whatever. Anyway, I'd like to thank... Oh my gosh, what's this? I'd like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Zin, for the continued support. If you'd like to join Zin and support the show, you'll find links in it down in the description. Oh man, I'm really proud of how this came out. If you don't like it though, well, let me know. If you do like it, let me know. I will show you just real quick. Boop. The other one's still there, still in OBS. It's just behind it, and I have to make sure I change it every time I change the recording. But you know, it's fine. It's totally fine. Some mishaps might happen here and there. Regardless, hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, go and tap that like button, add subscription to your member pool, cast a comment in the comment section down below, pass the turn and the video to some of your friends, and of course, until next time, all will be one. Get a look at this.